As the spigot opens and the caffeine begins to flow,
Skim ole?
so do the people in the city. Could be just about any city in North Carolina, though in this case, it's Greensboro, a city whose skyline looks like this to most,
So what we're looking at is a 3D model which I created.
but looks like this to Josh
The
McCarty.
higher the polygon is, the more valuable it is and the more money it generates.
He's an urban planner from UNC Chapel Hill,
It's really very simple math.
where they've developed this graphic to show how valuable various uses of property can be.
Way of thinking about this is these are the miles per gallon for different pieces of property.
The higher those figures that look like buildings are, the more revenue the city gets out of it per acre. But it's more than that. It is a design to build an efficient and prosperous community.
This actually is now a revelation. Conventional wisdom is that downtowns are a sinkhole for financing. That money goes to downtowns and never comes back. When in reality, the denser, the more urban a place is, the better an economic engine it is.
I'm Ed Wolverton with Downtown Greensboro Incorporated.
Ed Wolverton saw it begin in the 1960s when urban renewal raised the center of many
We
cities.
do have a couple of new faces.
But as he leads a meeting from people from across the state whose job it is to revitalize
But the
downtowns,
first item is for approval from
just
the
about
minutes.
everyone in the room is using the dynamic that developed long after urban renewal.
Really starting in the 1980s, and the business improvement district that Greensboro has, that Raleigh has, that Winston is currently examining now.
All those communities are, to some degree, chasing Asheville, a place that had the good fortune of letting the 1960s urban renewal pass it by.
Their downtown was essentially mothballed for almost 50 years. They had a big debt crisis, and that froze a lot of city investment.
Allowing all those old structures to survive demolition and lay dormant like Sleeping Beauty until the prince of a new idea came
This is a building our firm revitalized.
to awaken them.
When we bought this building, it was worth $300,000 on the tax rolls. Now it's worth over $11 million. So that represented a 3,500% increase in the tax base.
Erica and Shannon?
The key is that the building goes up, not out, with value on every floor, and they do it largely with existing infrastructure.
I wouldn't want to have a space that was like 3 times his size.
Carson Lucci has a breakfast place in a similar building. All this development has left a very good taste in the mouth of both her customers
Oh, because the food is awesome.
and the folks who pay the city's bills, because since
The
1991,
value of downtown was probably somewhere around $100 million worth of total value for the downtown. It's now around $700 million.
and that means money for everyone. The acre of property Mancosi's building sits on produces $634,000 a year in property taxes. The much more sprawling acre that, say, a Walmart sits on, he says produces $6,500 an acre.
What's good for the downtown is great for the city, but it's incredible for the county.
Howdy.
And in more than just dollars and cents.
Mornings are really coffee times.
Caffeine works here too.
Everything really does start as an idea.
But what you notice about the downtowns of Asheville and the other cities that are using this revitalization model
This is Viva and Company in the flesh.
is that it builds a sense of community.
The whole buy local, be local, local is the new black that we have going on here is really what gave me the confidence even to start a business like that.
Back in Greensboro, they see the tools they need to do something similar.
We have 100-year-old buildings down here that are just absolutely beautiful, just waiting for a business. But instead, we're spending all this time and effort like annexing more land just to build another big box retailer.
But maybe Greensboro's formula is more like Durham's.
It was once the tobacco capital of the world. It was the seat of an empire.
Before it built a new baseball stadium and performing arts center.
Durham was dead at best, and at worst, it was a dangerous place to go. Durham's cool now. Durham is on fire.
And they did it, much as Greensboro hopes to, from the long simmering embers of the investment of dollars and common sense from within. Bob Buckley, Fox 8 News.